Hey, hello. Can you hear me properly?
I can hear you perfectly. I know I could hear that. I know it's you with that voice from anywhere in the world.
Nice. Good to hear. Good to hear. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Stream's going well. We haven't had any technical difficulties this week. We've got the new setup with the cameras. I had to take a Brian showed me up last week, man. I saw the setup and I was like, "Yep, we got to dial it in."
Yeah. It looks good. I like the light in the
I
background.
appreciate
It
it.
looks
Hey, when Veed
looks good.
shows up, you gotta come correct. You can't be slipping. Yeah, you guys do an incredible job when it comes to content, and so we have to reach that bar. How are we today?
I love it. I love it. I'm good. I'm very good actually. Yeah, I'm all ready to go over everything we want to talk about today.
Love
Super
it.
excited to join, and yeah, I'm stoked.
Tim, this is awesome. I'm so glad we get to do this. Give us a bit of context into you, a bit of background in what you do.
Yeah, of course. So my name is Tim. I've been working as a content creator for a lot of years, for around 12 years. But in the last 4.5 years, I worked for Veed. Um, did a lot of hands-on content creation for the YouTube channel called Veed Studio. Collectively, we built it until like 150,000 subscribers roughly. And in the last year or so, or I would say like this year, I stepped up as the video team lead, so orchestrating the YouTube side basically in terms of creating and what we're releasing. So yeah, that's like a very like big nutshell of what what it basically is. But yeah, I've been my main focus has been YouTube and growing on YouTube and making sure that we use it as some sort of like an acquisitional channel for Veed.
Okay, I have so many questions. Like, it's
Yeah,
great that we get a creator on that is also working inside of a company, right? Like, you have this nuance about the way you look at the world that is probably different to just someone that operates internally and doesn't create.
right. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of psychology and a lot of understanding about product and about, how to talk to the user. Like it has a mix of everything, because you're doing in a way sales as well because you're selling the product through the video without selling it directly as speaking to someone. So it's a very interesting dynamic of different, uh, yeah, of different, I guess, like psychological aspects that every single part of a department in a company has to deal with, like sales, like product, like design. So it's basically a mess of everything, for sure.
Okay, let's get into it. What does it
Yeah, of
take to be
course.
a creator today, right? It's an incredible difficult role. It's probably one of, in my opinion, one of the hardest outside of going and literally building hardware these days. What is the mentality it takes to actually grow on YouTube?
Right. So what it takes is definitely understanding who you're talking to. So understanding the audience you're speaking towards, because uh, there's something that I read recently, a term it's called parasocial relationship, and it basically means is that you, as a creator, don't specifically know the person who you're talking to, but the people who are watching you have the impression they know you,
It was
and
like
you're
when we
building a
first jumped on a call, right? It was like I was talking to you as if we knew each other for a while. I've just called you a dear friend.
Yes, yeah, well, I mean, and it's very flattering and nice as well, but like you have seen a lot of my content, so you familiarize yourself with me, and obviously we chatted before after that as well at some point, but like I think it's an interesting point. So to come back to your question, what you should keep in mind is you're always talking to people, like you're always, and you need to know who you're talking to, because a lot of SaaS companies and companies in general think like, you know, especially with AI around and with ChatGPT and just generating scripts, that's enough. But you need to have that sort of like conversational element in your content in order to connect with the user or with the viewer. I think that's very critical. So just pretend that you're actually talking to a person, and I think you will be more up for success as opposed to just like saying something about the product and like being very formal about it. We're all humans at the end of the day, and I think understanding the narrative of your viewer will definitely help growing your channel. Like that's a good start, basically.
Okay, walk me through the
Uh,
thesis around video. Obviously, building on YouTube is incredibly difficult compared to TikTok,
yeah,
especially given the kind of individual that comes to watch. The intent is different, right? TikTok is very much an algorithmic type of product. You kind of it entertains you. With YouTube, there's a lot more intent behind what you click on. When you click on a video, you are quite literally committing to a significant period of time to watch it if it's not a short. How do you think about video today, especially from a I'm creating for a business POV rather than I'm just creating as a creator online?
That's such a good question indeed, because like you said, the search intent is a lot higher when it comes to YouTube videos, especially long form or horizontal videos, because there is a mix of both. Because when people are watching shorts, most of the time it's because they stumble upon it, as opposed to long form content. They are intentionally going towards your piece of content and watching it for that purpose. So it's more educationally driven, but in that sense. But I think it's very important to understand, like from our perspective, at least from Veed's perspective, is that how can we profile Veed in a way that that is both interesting for people who are current clients and want to know the tool better, as opposed to uh, and also serving people at the same time who are new and don't know about it and will solve problems for them. So it's always a bit of a mix of both, and understanding that is super critical if you're making walkthroughs, because that's what we did a lot of the times. Like we went through the tool, a lot of show don't tell, just like, hey, you've got this issue, we've got the solution, just let me just show you what it is, and then it will prove its point. You don't have to prove to people that it's good, just show them that it's good, and they can try it out. Like that's kind of how it comes about. You attract people, I guess, by the issues they have because they Google about it, and our job was basically to be found and be the solution of that specific
Is
problem.
like SEO important in that, or is SEO the right term? It's almost like it is like the title of the video as well as the thumbnail is equally as important as the content in the
Yeah,
video today, right?
correct. Yeah, no, SEO is extremely important. I wouldn't say it's everything, but SEO is definitely, especially for us, extremely important because it directly goes into the needs of the people who are searching for a specific thing. And Google, for instance, is, and even ChatGPT nowadays, is being used to get answers. And if the people are like, how to add subtitles to a video, like if we make a video about that, then we just basically provide an answer with the product that we provide. So yes, it's extremely important using the right keywords and everything, but just understanding that they have a certain expectation by watching your video. How can we uh, fulfill those needs and also add an extra wow factor to it, so it's even better than they expect? You always want to be in that position. So yes, extremely important. I would say it's SEO because it technically, as you want to rank up highest in the SERPs, right? So that's what we try to do.
I feel
Um,
like there is a collective of creative teams inside the kind of prolific technology companies that we have today. Veed, Synthesia, 11 Labs. You guys have sort of figured out this like almost SaaS marketing playbook. Give me the
yeah.
thesis here. Like, what is it that you do that just allows you to win when it comes to social, when it comes to YouTube, when it comes to anything marketing?
I love that question. It's such a. I think I could speak about it for hours, but if I would have given an answer to you about it, it's probably try to humanize a product as much as you can, so people can relate to it as much as they can. So the thing is about like a lot of tech companies is that you can, like, especially if you want to be interesting for a lot of other businesses or for investors and stuff. That's a different type of narrative that you're using and vocabulary than if you're actually talking to a viewer that's going to use your product. So I think the trick here is to try to humanize the product as much as you can, and especially in the AI space, because AI is great, but I think a lot of people are still kind of like standoffish about it. So if you are as a creator, I think you should take the responsibility of like, I'm gonna take you by the hand. It's not that scary. It's not that difficult. I'll show you what it's like, and just try it out yourself if you like it. So I think that you bridge the gap between brand or product and the new user, for instance. So I think that's like the most important thing to do, and a way to establish that, I think.
How did you figure that out? Because it's like it sounds intuitive, it sounds like logical, but obviously it isn't because no one's done it until you guys started doing it.
Yeah, it's just like trial and error. Like, for instance, Brian, obviously you had him last week. Like, what I learned from him a lot is like how important being conversational is with your viewer, because I'm I'm pretty techie myself in terms of like sometimes like explaining stuff, and then you miss the emotional entanglement, or like the emotional feeling behind it. And then he was like, well, if you're making it more conversational and relate yourself more to the viewer, they will also, it's like you're talking to a friend, like you're showing them something on your laptop, so to speak, um, as opposed to they're watching a video. Like you have to pretend that you're friends. You have to pretend that you know them very well, and you want to give them something, they can actually use. So I think in that space, it's just like that's always going to be the driving factor, is making your content authentic, making it intimate, and and storytelling. That's it. Like make it super emotional.
How
Make
do you
it
make a tech video emotional? I don't understand. Like, break it down
well.
for me.
Okay, so
Like at its core,
it
it's just
depends.
features, right? Like you have a
Yeah,
feature. How do you make that into a story that someone wants to use and then is going to? There's a call to action that they actually engage with.
yeah. A good question. It all ties to the specific like benefits or pain points that they have. Like for instance, very strange example, but like super strange. But I made a video once about, because Veed has a lot of tools to offer, and I made a video about how to convert like an AVI video to whatever, like MP4 or something, like super
You
like
can do
SEO
that in Veed.
focused. Yes, you can.
What? Really?
Yeah. So basically, like it was an SEO tailored video. Like we just wanted to rank for that one, and I mean, pretty technical, pretty like not very emotionally enticing. But there was somebody in the comments who said, "Hey, thank you so much for this because I've got a video format of my grandfather who passed away, and I could never like convert this, and you're the only video that I found that helped me do that, so I could finally watch the video of my grandfather again."
That's
And like,
insane.
I would have never thought that that would happen. Well, I just made that video. For me, it was just like, oh, how can we get people to this tool? And then there are actual people who have real experiences in life that helps them out. So that made me think like, hey, um, you can already do that on beforehand. Like you can pick out a tool and then translate it into a real life scenario of something that solves for them, that is like an interpersonal thing. So that's, I think, to answer your question, finding those stories, may be fictional or like probable or actually real life, I think that will be a huge win. And like I said, especially in this day and age with AI, it's so important to do that. Sorry, fly. It's so important to do that, but because people want to feel the connection more than ever, because everything feels so generated and so AI-ish. So I guess that's kind of like the scope we're in right now.
What's your take on
Um,
this AI creator and then using AI in your creative process? Do you think that it's going to catch on significantly and it's just going to become ubiquitous with everything that we do when it comes to video editing? Or do you feel that this quote unquote authentic raw content still has a place to play in our lives?
um, Ooh, wow. I think it's always gonna be a marriage. I don't think one will replace the other. It's just figuring out like how can you leverage from both, because AI is out there. It's extremely helpful to create your copies, to create your scripts, all that stuff, even to generate videos. But I think people will always gravitate back towards, I want to be creative. I want to create something that is close to my heart. Always want to have control over what I create. So I think that dynamic will always maintain or stay established. AI will advance over time, and yes, there will be. I mean, it's only a matter of time before the first movie that is fully AI generated will hit the cinemas, right? I think that will happen, but like, there's always an element of I want to be the master of my craft, because I want to be proud of what I'm creating. I want to have the control over it. So there's always going to be like AI is going to be helpful for the finicky tasks, but um, it's always going to be a both. I think it's never going to replace the creators fully.
I've got to ask, do you use Veed internally to make Veed content
Yes, I mean, you mean in terms of editing or in
in
terms
terms of
of like.
editing?
Yes, I mean what I prefer using Veed for is definitely subtitles a lot. Like I like, and also stock videos. So there are
Because
certain
of the
elements in
models
the
that you've
editing.
got inside, right? Like you can just like hot
Yeah,
swap between all of them really quickly.
yeah, exactly. Yes. Like from the creator side, we use pretty heavy like material, like 4K whatever bit rate videos, which is sometimes a bit hard to use that way. like if you're uploading it online and stuff, like I think Veed is more like quick talking heads, more social focused in that sense. But like, not that this is not social focused, but I think um, some like for instance Adobe is a bit more finicky and a bit more technical in that sense, so it has some benefits there. But I think for Veed, like using animated subtitles is by far the easiest to use it, that like with Veed, or like I said with all the tools they have regarding stock videos and stock audio and stuff. So I guess I use it for those things, and obviously I use it when I'm using it for walkthroughs and other stuff. So but yeah, I think it's a great tool, but it depends on the use case. My use case just happens to be I'm creating videos for a company that creates videos. It's kind of a weird situation to be in. Like that's the product. Like the what I'm doing is the product. So it's kind of a
It's
unique.
sipping your own champagne if you use it, and I think it's beautiful that you get to, right?
Yes. Yeah. Correct.
Talk to
Correct.
me about, we had Brian on the show last week, or as you know, and we were talking to him about these external creators that he leverages to build well, the company leverages to build distribution and build brand at a high scale, but also the calls to action, and very specifically for certain campaigns. Take the the clip shop as an example. What I've
Yes.
noticed about the V team is they also have these internal creators that, like yourself, like Claire as an example, that obviously do the work internally and aren't external creators. How does that dynamic work? Do you sort of have free reign to go and just build out videos across channels for the relevant features? Or do you come together and sort of go, right, I'm going to deal with YouTube, someone else is going to deal with shorts or TikTok and short form? Can you help me understand how you think about it?
So basically, because my department was mostly YouTube and Brian's department is social and influencer, what we did was every single quarter we just came together and brainstormed with the team about topics, about direction, about prioritizations, and we're just basically building series. We're basically pitching series with each other, like
When you say
on the set.
series, you mean like episode one, episode two, episode
Yeah,
three?
sorry. Yeah, content series. Yes. So whatever will fit, because we're using the statement foundation, or like the statement system, which basically means like we just have a couple of like I would say pillars that we want to obey towards. Like for instance, to be the AI go-to solution for video creators or something like that. And then whenever we make a piece of content, we always need to make sure that that is complementing to that statement. So we reach the North Star. But what we did was we just made sure we squeezed every single bit of creative juice out of every creator. So like just asking like, what do you think we should make? Like just make a couple of examples, pitch them to us in a meeting, and then we're just choosing the best. And then based on that, we're building upon that. That's mostly for social, because with Instagram and also I guess with LinkedIn, it lends to be more interesting if it's more like it's more native if you do it that way. If you make it like more relatable, more I guess funny. Like it could be, it's like edutainment, I guess. But when it comes to YouTube, that's more like bare bones walkthroughs, tutorials, that kind of stuff. So it's a bit of a different mentality there. But we always try to like repurpose and borrow each other's content that way. I hope that kind of answers the questions. But basically, like that's how we start. So the dynamic is we just brainstorm together, pick point the best ones for the quarter, and just go for it. And then
Just
obviously
let
leave
it
some
rip.
room. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then leave some room for like trends, because sometimes trends are hard to foresee, especially those flash trends. In AI space, that's like constantly going. Every week there's something new that we could cover. So yeah, leaving room for that is good. But then yeah, just being consistent with like a strategy for every single quarter is was the goal.
If you were to grow a channel from like 0 to 100K today, how on YouTube, especially for a tech product, where do you start?
You start at knowing exactly what your who your audience is, and the value you want to provide. Because if the mentality is I just want to get views and I just want to get like subscribers and all that stuff, you're not focused on the right things. Like it doesn't have like the energy should be placed into creating value. So it's the question is what is the value and who's the value for, and then don't stress too much on the data early on, because it could take 100 videos before you get even 100 subscribers. But YouTube is a very interesting platform because it can take months and sometimes even years before things start to rank or things start to pop off. Like you need to prove your position on YouTube, and people want to have instant gratification of like, oh, I'm gonna post my video, I'm gonna get 100,000 views, and that's and if it doesn't happen, I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna give up. Get a plan in order. Keep it simple, but focus on value, focus on your audience, and just get cracking. Don't get distracted. Just like um, improve your craft constantly. Try to watch your competitors, and just really stay true to the essence of your channel.
Are you doing long form
That's
or short form?
both. I mean, it depends on like what you're focused on or like what your product is. But short form could be helpful for reach. Long form could be helpful for intimate relationships, so like and leads. And it's a different. It's different. It's like a different result for both. I mean, we had Veed creators at some point, and Ryan was the creator there, and he made one specific short that got like 13 million views, and he got like 60,000 subscribers, which is great. Like, so the reach is amazing, but then it's the question like, how can we turn those subscribers into
Paying
uh,
customers.
exactly? How can we turn them into like returning viewers or customers? Yeah.
Do you see that YouTube, out of all of the channels, is the one that brings in the most, brings in the most revenue for the business out of the channels? Or is
Um,
it quite spread out across all of them?
it's kind of tough to say like directly. I would say yes, because it's very easy to track. Like for instance, on YouTube, the platform kind of lends towards putting links in your description, and people click on that and
Oh,
go
and
to
so
the
you can
website.
quite literally just like stick in the link there and it can go straight to Veed and straight
Yeah,
to the checkout.
exactly. That's how we did it. Like we tracked every single video with UTM links, so we know exactly which videos made money, or like how much website traffic we got that month, or from which video. So it's interesting data for us, but that's easier to track, I should say, and it's also easier for the viewer to engage with a link than on Instagram, for instance, because on Instagram or TikTok. You have to go to the bio, then you have to like
I
go to
click
the
the
link tree.
link and then go everywhere
Yeah,
else. Yeah, I feel your
yeah,
pain.
it's a lot of work, and the purpose of social is more like to, have partnerships with other creators that have an audience that could be interesting for the product you're selling or promoting. So it's kind of different, but like I would say like hard cash, I think YouTube is and will remain the platform to be on in that sense.
I've got to ask, you dropped a model this morning. It was completely out of the blue for me. I was like, oh, great. I've got Tim on the show and you dropped a model. It would be almost a disservice not to ask. Can you talk a little bit about it, about what it is and what it does?
Sorry, the bottle. What do you mean?
The model, the Veed model
Oh,
this morning.
the model. Um, yes. Well, actually, like I'm actually transferring from Feed to another company, so I'm not up to date about everything anymore. But like what I did get was indeed Feed released their own AI tool, basically, or like their own AI system. Yeah, it's great. It's very exciting stuff because I mean, obviously, a lot was focused on APIs and like working with other companies, which they still do. But it's also really great to have something in house so you can build that, and it's obviously native, so that could be extremely interesting for Veed and the users right now for
I love
sure.
it. Thanks so
Yeah.
much. Like, I mean, like it's they're losing a great talent, but it's awesome that you get to go on and do something new. Can you talk about what you're going on to, or do we have to save it for another segment?
No, no, I can briefly say it.
Oh, we're
So
breaking news here today. We love to see it. I'm going to make one of those little posts that go like breaking news, Tim Zaal.
love it, love that. Yeah, no, I'm going to Quorum AI. It's another company. It's also an AI company, but focused on home security. So basically, it's a physical AI product. They do hardware and software, and it's basically in a nutshell, it's a tool that basically leverages from AI to enhance existing and new CCTV. So, for instance, it detects patterns on camera. So, let's say somebody is driving around a couple of times in your area, and it's skeptic about it. The AI can detect that basically.
Oh,
Or
interesting.
if yeah, or let's say somebody falls and breaks their leg, then AI understands. Okay, somebody's hurting and is staying in position. Let's call 911. Or whatever number it is in the country
So
of
now
that
you
country.
have the opportunity to write the SaaS playbook for hardware and software together.
Yes, and
This
it's
is going
and
to be
it that
fun.
yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. It's a very focused company in that sense, and they're still kind of new to like YouTube and content scene. But my job is basically to carry that torch and build that up from the ground, really. So I'm super excited about it because I'm super hyped about the product itself, but I'm also just curious to see what we're gonna be cooking. So and obviously using the playbook strategy. So yeah, it's gonna be
I
good.
love it. It's so, you know what? It's so awesome that we have this little, I say it's not little anymore. It feels like it's slightly larger. It's almost this mafia of content. Like the content SaaS playbook is a
Yes.
couple of people in the UK that have really dialed it in, and Europe that have really dialed it in and figured out like, this is how we grow at scale across the board with anything that's software
Yes.
and hardware related, and applying it to hardware now and going, right, we're going to use the same logic. I'm going to see if it works. I'm looking forward to kind of checking in with you and documenting that as you go through it.
Yeah. I mean, we can definitely chat about it. I mean, for me, it's equally as new. So, yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I'm super excited about this, and yeah, we'll see. I mean, obviously, a lot of developments in the whole space, like, and I think content creators and tech companies kind of found each other, and it feels like they're dating right now. You know, it's like, oh, yeah, it's feeling good. I feel a spark. You know, it's like I feel like it's the age of tech versus creator. It's that era right now. So I'm very curious to see what's gonna happen
I'm
there.
here for it without a doubt. I'm looking forward to this. Tim, this has been an awesome, awesome conversation. Looking forward to doing it again.
Yeah,
We're gonna catch up consistently, see how this playbook plays out.
cool. Thank you for having me, and we'll chat later. And good luck with the live stream.
I appreciate it. We got another like 5 guests on the docket, 4 guests on the docket. It's a long one today.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, good luck. Thanks for having me, and chat soon.
Thanks so much,
See ya.
Tim. Ciao.